Good morning. It's time for our Dao De Jing study. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to study together Dao De Jing chapter 1 and 0, chapter 10. Hi Heather. It's nice to have you. So, Dao De Jing chapter 10. I'm going to read you the whole chapter and then we'll go through it sentence by sentence. We'll see what Laozi is trying to tell us in this chapter. Good morning, Heather. Dao De Jing chapter 10. 载营破抱衣，能无离乎？团气至柔，能婴儿乎？涤除玄览，能无疵乎？爱国治民，能无智乎？天门开合，能为雌乎？明白四达，能无为乎？生之畜之，生而不有，为而不恃，长而不宰，是谓玄德。You probably picked up that you heard a lot of this who, and who is a word at the end of a sentence that's indicating it's a question. In this chapter, Laozi used 6 questions. Or you can say Laozi asked us 6 questions. So what does Laozi wanted to ask us using these questions? Let's go through it one by one, all these 6 questions. First one is 载营破抱衣，能无离乎？载, this Chinese word means carry, hold something. So you're a bearer of something. And a bearer of what? 营破. 营破 also is called 魂魄. 魂魄 in Chinese means the non-material part of our being. To have a roughly, if you translate into English, I think the word that's roughly corresponds with 魂魄 is soul or spirit. So it's part of us that's not our body, but it's more of the things that the part of us we can't see with our eye, the non-material part. Chinese divided the non-material part of our body into more specific entities. Example, Chinese thinks that everybody has 三魂七魄, means we have 3 魂 and 7 魄. And each of the hun and each of the po are is control or is in charge of certain function of our body. Here we can just generally thinking about translate as our soul. So what carries our soul? Our body. So our body with our soul, 抱衣. bao yi, a lot of people probably knows this Chinese word means yi means one. So embracing oneness. Can our body, our soul be one? And the next one is Lao Tzu's first question. 能无离乎? This means, can you make sure, can you achieve this state that your body and soul are one? Li means separation. Can you make sure that they are not separated? A lot of people have probably either practicing, have learned, or at least have heard of this popular modern spiritual, also a health therapeutical practice that's called mindfulness practice. Mindfulness practice is teaching people to, or ask people to be more aware of, more focusing on each moment, focusing on the current moment. Whatever you're doing, you focusing on what you do. And this is similar with what here Lao Tzu is talking about, 在营破抱一. So our body and our mind being one. Our energy are directed in one direction. Chinese has a saying that if you are working on something, if you want to achieve, if you want to be successful at certain task or a goal, you need to be 一心一意. This literally translates as one heart, 一心一意 means one mind. This is the same thing as saying whatever you are doing, you put your whole heart, your whole mind at what you do. So your action and your thoughts and your focus are all one. That's how that we can succeed, we can do good job at whatever we're doing. There might be a example. Let me give you an example I can think of. That's the other side. What happens if our mind and our body are not 无离, are not together, are separated? I hope you don't, but probably everybody have done this. Like when you eat, have you ever like bite your cheek when you're eating something? Suddenly you're like, oh no. And when that happened, remember what you were doing? For me, when that happened, usually is my body is eating, my mouth is chewing, however, my mind is somewhere else. And so they're not one, they're not yi. And that's the time that we ended up, bit our tongue, bit our lip, but bit our cheeks. Also, another example, oftentimes, like what we say that, accident happen. Does it really happen more likely that when people drive, they're driving, but they were not really focusing on what they're doing. Their mind is probably somewhere else. Or is it more likely to happen when we're focusing on what we do, when our mind is with our body's action, we're aware of our environment? So here, let's talk about keep your body and your mind as one. And can you make sure that they're together, they're not separated? Okay, so Laozi's next question. 团气至柔，能婴儿乎? 团 means something that moves slowly. There's another meaning is that it accumulates. And qi, a lot of people have heard about. It's like the qi in qigong. And the qi we're talking about, we can explain it roughly as the energy that flows in our body, that serves the important function that supports all of our body functions. So 团气, it means the qi in our body can flow smoothly. Also, because it can move very smooth, our body accumulates the good qi. So our body can be full of qi. Then what happens? Laozi says, 至柔. Then 柔 means soft. Here Laozi is talking about that how this you can see the sensation in your body when your body is full of qi that can move smoothly. I have experienced something that I think I ended up picking a little bit into what Laozi is talking about here. So I remember when I meditate, and every now and then I can feel this feeling in my body that the best word I could use, remember I was if you have put a word to it, would be softness. However, it's not, it's something very hard to describe. It's not a kind of softness as, for example, a soft toy. Yesterday I was thinking, how would I best describe this? The best I could come up with, it's not 100% to be able to convey to you the feeling, but I think the best I can come up with is using balloons. So the softness, grace, yes, that's a great word. It's that's so beautiful, Heather. It's that feeling that when I felt this, it really brings me this happiness, because then your body knows that's good. It's just you don't need anybody to tell you. It's like this is good, this is right. So it's not this kind of softness. It's not like this kind of floppy softness. It's more like this. So it's more like a balloon that's filled with air. So I wonder, like, if a balloon can tell me how it feels, maybe that's the word what it will use. So it's soft inside. However, it's not. I think this is the best example. It's not floppy, but it's this. It's not hard. There's no hardness in it. Everything is harmony. However, it's not floppy. That's I recommend everybody do it and meditate, and then you will know. Supple, yes, very good. Then feel this for yourself. It's when, I think that's when the qi is moving, when the qi is filling up your body. That's the kind of good feeling. And Laozi asks you, 能婴儿乎? It means, can you be like, 婴儿 means a newborn baby. Can you make the qi in your body smooth and then so full and so your body very healthy to the degree that you're almost like a newborn baby. We all know how soft a baby's body is, how amazingly it could move. It's because when baby was born, there's no blockage in the baby's body. And even though it's super tender, however, it's just the cheese is moved so smooth. So that's one often in Taoist practice and often in a lot of health practice. That's a goal people are trying to reach, is to get back to the condition of the qi like a newborn baby. Next question, Laozi asks us, 涤除玄览能无疵乎? 涤除 means wash something, clean something, so get rid of. 玄览, here we can translate it as, let's say, dirty spots or flaws. For our body, 玄览, the dirty spots, we can say the dirty spots are the blockages, the qi blockage, the parts that prevent our qi from being able to smoothly flow to every part of our body. So that's to keep our body healthy. And for our mind, 玄览, these dirty spots, we can think them as they are our thoughts, our preconceptions. Those are like dirty spots that are keeping us from fully being in the now, in the present moment, being fully with the situation that Chinese has in our hands, that we're facing at the moment. Laozi asks us, so get rid of these spots. 能无疵乎? Can you make sure that there's 无疵 means there's no like blemish, no small flaws? So can you make sure it's like a window? Can you make sure that there is it's all 100% clear? There is no any kind of little smudges. Because only if we look through a window at things outside, only when the window is totally clear, that's when we'll be able to see things as they actually are. We're not putting any our ideas, our experiences that we gained from the past, which certainly is good, but may not be suitable for our current situation. Yes, can we see things without this filter that when we were a newborn baby, it's all clear. And as we're growing up, we're picking up these, you could say the filter, as you're using it over and over, there's maybe a little dirt here, a little dirt start to accumulate there. And then, and slowly, I mean, filter doesn't matter, it's like in our furnace or AC where we are, we know that we need to clean it periodically to keep our AC from working properly. However, how often do we remember to clear the filter of our mind? How often can we make sure that we are fully being oneness with the current situation, no matter what it is? that when we be one with the situation, that's when we all have our natural wisdom. Oftentimes, why we often get feeling lost, we feel like we don't really know what to do. Something happens and what do we do? It's oftentimes because we're not being one with the situation. We have this filter that separates us, and we cannot connect with the natural wisdom we have. When we make sure we clean our filter, we clear our windows, that we will know. And also when we make sure we're Wu Li, our mind stays with the moment, we will naturally know what's the best action to take, what is the best thing we need to do. Thank you so much, Heather. I really appreciate all your comments. That was super helpful. Okay, so today we went through about the first third of Dao De Jing chapter 10. Dao De Jing chapter 10. This is a little long chapter, so we don't have time to finish the next question, so we are going to end our video here, and next week we will continue our Dao De Jing chapter 10. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day and a great week. I'll see you next week.